Coach, is this the first time you've worn a suit since media day last year?
I went to a wedding this summer, so this is
Fair
second
enough.
time.
Obviously for you guys, you look even to this weekend. You have a scrimmage this weekend, then a week later have the season. Just what are kind of the big details you're still trying to iron out as you get ready for the start of your second year at Wazoo?
Yeah, I think there's some details that we need to get ready. Some baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds that almost every team is just getting finalized right now. But the big thing is just making sure our identity shows. Like, are we going to be an unselfish, fast-paced team on offense? Are we going to be a tough, inside-out defensive team? And I think that's something that we're just making sure that identity that we've been working on in summer and fall is gonna show through these first few games.
It kind of came out over the last few days. You guys had a secret scrimmage last weekend against Bakersfield. How did that kind of go, just from your perspective, and kind of what were the things you liked that you saw in that game?
Yeah, it was great to go against someone else. And these secret scrimmages, you don't want to take the score too seriously because everyone's trying out different lineups and different schemes. But the big thing was we had 27 assists, which is a huge number. I think that's something that we wanted to make sure we show that we can play unselfish. We had a very balanced scoring. I think everyone scored in the game, and so that unselfish piece was there. Defensively, we were very disruptive, forced a lot of turnovers, did a great job protecting the paint and defending the 3-point line. And I think we took jumps from where we were last year, taking care of the ball and rebounding. But if that's going to be a strength of ours, I think we still got room to grow.
Rhea, just from when we last checked in with you, how's the shoulder feeling?
I was good. Doing way better. Gonna be ready when the season comes.
Let's go with Jack.
Hey y'all, Jack Wallace, 4 News Now. Good to see you all again. Just wanted to ask you, Coach, about coming into your second year here in the WCC and at Washington State, and just the biggest lessons that you took of just being thrown in that hectic environment of that first season. A lot of guys from Eastern coming in and now kind of having to reset coming into year two, and what your biggest goals are now in a fresh year in the conference.
First of all, just being in year two is a lot more enjoyable, I guess is the easy way to put it. Every day was new last year for every player, every person on staff. And I think just knowing what's coming, whether it's being at Washington State, living in Pullman, or coaching the WCC, just a lot more familiarity. And I think last year it felt like we were reactive as coaches and as a program. Whatever would happen one game, we'd react. The way that we've won championships is we've been thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead. And I think just knowing what's coming a little bit more is going to help us just be able to dictate a little bit more.
And for both the players, just for both y'all, with a lot of guys being gone, I mean, the whole starting 5 gone again, a lot of guys either off to transfers or graduated. What kind of roles do you see yourself wanting to step up in, and the ways that you want to grow and continue your game to get even bigger and better this season?
I would say for me, it's just being more of a leader, communicator, being loud on both ends. Feel like my voice is huge in our roster. So just being vocal every day, letting guys know if they're doing something wrong or if I see something that I want to address. Just being a communicator and leader on the court on both ends.
Go ahead, Greg.
Hey guys, this is actually for all 3 of you, if that's okay. You guys have so many guys from all around the world, whether it's Tomas or now I'm drawing a blank, Adria from Spain. I'm wondering if you got a chance to try some food from some of these guys' countries, and if so, what's been your favorite food you've tried?
We tried was it paella?
Paella?
Yeah, at Pedro's house. It was it was cool to experience, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it just because of the strong seafood taste it had.
The Americans were thrown off with the shrimp because they had the legs on them still and all that. So,
yeah, I don't know. Has Thomas cooked the meal for us?
No, Thomas, no.
We probably have to get in the kitchen and get these guys some new tastes.
I don't think what Thomas eats is legal. He's like whale meat and like reindeer meat. And
yeah,
they eat
crazy
shark
and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if that's allowed in the U.S.
You talked a lot about just the identity of this group. How suited is this year's roster to kind of fill what you see as kind of the identity of this year's group?
Sorry, you broke up the last part of that question. Can you say that again?
Sorry, I'm actually outside at a coffee shop right now, so sorry about
Oh,
that.
no worries.
How like with like I think it's 9 newcomers, how suited do you feel like these guys are to kind of build the identity that you want to build, for this year's team?
I think this is a great group, and being in year two, we got a chance to, with the five returners, they know what's coming, they know what to expect, they know what this needs to look like if we want to win, doing it our way. And then the recruits, we had a little more time to process and go through the relationship and just make sure that Pullman's right for him. And it's not the way we coach, the way we operate as a developmental program. Pullman in general is not for everybody, but the people that come here, there's no better place on earth. So I think we've got a good group that appreciates what we've got. That's all kind of understanding how we're going to win, why that's important, and it showed in practice and it showed in the first scrimmage, and we just got to keep building on that.
Dave, you are such a basketball head. I feel like you've seen basketball from all, different corners of the world. I'm wondering, like, is there something to be said for having guys that are from Spain, from, Iceland, wherever, that does that bring something different to the dynamic of a team, or like what does that do for the way you want to play?
Yeah, I think the way that our staff coaches, it's great, and it can go both ways. If you have a bunch of people from all over the world that have different styles, and they're trying to go play one specific style for, this is how we do things, that could be a bad thing. But I think the way we coach, we try to give the players a lot of room to lead and make decisions out there. They've seen things from a lot of different perspectives. They've played at really high levels, and so I think all that experience and all that knowledge is kind of coming together to make us a really unique team. So
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Go ahead, John.
John Titel from Hoops HD. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
One for coach and one for the players. For coach, you play Eastern Washington for the second straight year. Is it just another game at this point, or is it still extra special?
that game will always be special to me. I mean, I spent 13 years there, got my career started there. It'll mean something to me, and I think for our team, just having local games, we're big on trying to make sure that we play the local schools. I think we want to make sure that we keep some of the special stuff that makes college basketball great. So that Eastern Washington game will be fun. This year we don't have any former Eagles, but it'll be a really good game.
And for either or both players, since you both grew up outside the U.S., I was curious if you've ever been to Hawaii, and how excited are you to spend Thanksgiving there next month?
I've never been to Hawaii. I've always wanted to go, so it's perfect for me. I mean, we're going to play in the historic tournament. We're all excited to play in the tournament. So yeah, it's going to be an experience for me personally. I'm sure for Reed, it's going to be an experience for him too. And we're just excited to be in that tournament, just to be in Hawaii with a great group of guys. So yeah.
You can go ahead, Jack.
So y'all blitzed out to a really impressive start in non-conference last season, 9-2, just right out of the gates. What's it going to take to have that same kind of rush out, especially with that Maui tournament again? A lot of tough games on the road within it's like Southern Cal and all those capping it off and near the end. What will make it where that momentum can carry over and y'all can again have a really strong start?
Yeah, I think the big piece is making sure our identity is showing every game. Like if we play fast and share the ball, it's gonna be really hard to guard us. If we play physical and we protect the paint, I think it's gonna be really hard to score on us. And we got the talent to go beat those teams. And I think for us, just making sure that identity shows early is super important. And I think that was a big piece of that last year. Is defensively, we were disruptive early on in the year. We were 13-3. We were forcing a lot of turnovers. We were rebounding at a really high rate. Some injuries, just some inconsistency. A lot of different reasons you can point to, but we weren't able to have that identity show throughout the year, and I think that slowed us down.